What's up, y'all? This is your boy David, and welcome to a brand new series, Set Pieces, where we give you everything MLS and Concacaf Champions League. I'm partnered here with my brother, Jose. So today we're here to talk about the Concacaf Champions League. We're here to break down the first leg of action that happened last week, and the second leg that's going to be taking place. Some matchups are kind of already set in stone, like you could tell who's going to advance. Other ones are still have a lot of intrigue to them. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to the jump right away. And we're going to start with one that should be relatively short. We're going to start off with Portmore United versus Cruz Azul.
So Cruz Azul comes into the second leg back at home, sort of. They're going to be playing in the Azteca. So with that being said, basically the only thing you need to know is after that first leg and humiliation, disappointment at not seeing off the tie, they were incredibly lucky to come out victors. Yeah, they're going to go in with high confidence off the back of their recent victory in Liga MX, and they're going to show Portmore what they're capable of.
So with the sentiment out there, it's clear that Cruz Azul is probably going to run away with this, especially playing La Azteca. What's the margin of victory for this game? I personally got it at like 4-0. That's personally me. What do you think?
3-4-0? 3-0.
Now we're going to head on to the Motagua and Atlanta matchup. Playing in San Pedro Sula, the game was a tie 1-1, which I feel like is a pretty decent result for Atlanta, given the fact that they had a basic overhaul of this whole roster. How do you view the chemistry of the new Atlanta lineup, Jose?
It's hard to say, judging their chemistry. Mind you, they're still in preseason. The only chemistry that they have going right now is the attacking trio, and that's the most important one. Joseph Martinez, Pity Martinez, and Ezequiel Barco are, no pun intended, are going to be carrying the ship this year. There's a lot of turnover, so that chemistry hasn't developed yet. I would venture to say it will develop over the year, and this is going to be telltale year for Frank de Boer. Let's see how good of a coach he is and how he can make this team mesh.
With playing at home, Motagua did play pretty impressively, but that's usually the case most of the time for home teams. So do you think Motagua could continue their impressive play playing in the United States?
I believe they will put up a good fight. They will play well. It's going to be close. I just don't think they have what it takes to overcome United in this one. So that being said, prediction is going to be 2-1 Atlanta United.
Now we're going to talk about the big one, the game that everybody was talking about. It was Club Leon versus LAFC. This was hyped up for many reasons, one of which being that Carlos Vela makes his return to Mexico, and they're playing for the Champions League in Concacaf. So with that being said, Club Leon did come up with a 2-0 victory, and they basically abused the back line from LAFC, who hasn't really played together in any meaningful game. So Jose, do you think Club Leon will be able to destroy the back line again in LA, or do you think they'll find a way to shore up that back line to allow less goals?
Well, Club Leon looked quite dominant in the first leg, in both phases. Whenever they sat back to absorb LAFC's attacking pressure. It seems at the other end, Leon's had continuity for over a year plus, and they've been one of the best attacks in Liga MX. They're great on the counter. I don't see how Leon gets shut out in this game. I do see this scoring a goal or two. If they score a goal, I do see the possibility of LAFC scoring 4, because that's what they would need 4. If Leon score a second, that would probably be the end of the tie. So that being said, my prediction for the tie, 4-2 LAFC. Just won't be able to get that final 5th goal to see them over Leon.
So those were just last Tuesday's games. Now we're going to head into the Wednesday games. There's also 3 matchups going on that Wednesday. on last Wednesday, starting off with Saprissa and Montreal Impact. It ended up being a 2-2 draw, but it was a tale of two halves, with Montreal being the more aggressive and the more efficient team in the first half, scoring 2 goals. However, Saprissa finally getting those chances to result into goals in the second half. So it ended up being a draw 2-2, but Montreal has those 2 away goals, which are very, very vital in a knockout format such as this. So, were you surprised how well Montreal played, given that this is Henry's first actual game as manager with this team?
Pleasantly surprised, absolutely. Like I said, in defense they kept a tight ship, and going forward they attacked in a 4-3-3 formation. A lot of high pressing. Bojan would sometimes slip back into the false 9 role, and that's Bojan linking up after the high pressure created a turnover in the mid to attacking sector of the opposite team, is where the first goal came about. Another quick counter down the wing let Romel Kyoto score the second. So yeah, it seems like he's having quite an impact so far, and it's just the first game. We'll see what Leg 2 has in store for Henry and his disciples.
With that being said, I beg to ask, do you think Saprissa could mount a rally in Montreal and be able to advance into the quarterfinals?
Again, it all depends on how tidy Montreal is at the back. I don't see them getting overrun as much in Montreal as they did in Saprissa. Henry should be able to guide his team through to the second round. Can Saprissa rally though? Absolutely. So, the prediction for Leg 2 in Montreal, my final score line is going to be 3-2 Montreal.
The next match we're going to be talking about is Tigres and Alianza. Tigres did end up scoring the first goal, and that was in the first half, out there in La Cuscuetan in El Salvador. However, from the beginning of the second half to about the 55th minute is when Tigres was slipping up, and that's when Alianza scored their 2 goals. One on a penalty kick just 30 seconds into the match. There was a penalty awarded, and they scored it. And then Osvaldo Blanco got through on the through ball, on a nice through ball from the midfielder, got through the defense and chipped it over the goalie for the second goal. So, do you think those 10 minutes of poor play from Tigres could result to them losing out and advancing in the tournament?
Well, ultimately it did lead to defeat in the tournament. However, that defeat is only the first leg. I do see Tigres turning this one around. I mean, man, the embarrassment alone by these top players, and again, I see them coming out all guns blazing, trying to prove a point. Again, this team is struggling, and they lost in Liga MX at the weekend. So, yeah, they're going to try to make a statement. Unfortunately for Alianza, I believe they'll be able to pull it off. So, final prediction for Tigres against Alianza in Nuevo León, Monterrey, is going to be Tigres 3, Alianza 0.
Up next, we're going to be talking about Comunicaciones versus Club America. That game resulted in a 1-1 draw. However, there was chances back and forth. Club America was going to get their chances, but surprisingly, Comunicaciones also got theirs in as well, and they ended up being the one to strike first in about the 81st minute with a goal, and then from a corner kick, I believe it was, and then right before stoppage time, Club America came right back and ended up scoring the equalizer, getting that away goal that's, as we said before, pretty vital in the knockout stage. So, can Club America be more in control in La Azteca? I would hope so. But what do you think, Jose?
Absolutely. Las Águilas are going to be in their nest, and when a bird's home, he's free to fly. America had a tough go of it in the first leg, finishing their opportunities. But with the support of the Azteca and also the physical limitations of Comunicaciones, as they're going to be going and playing in a high altitude might be just a little too much for them. So that brings me on to the prediction. You know, even though it was a good performance from Comunicaciones and not a good one from Club America, the table should reverse in this one. I see a 2-0 victory for Club America.
So we knew this was bound to happen, at least in one of these matchups in the first leg, where it's going to be a goal fest. And that's exactly what we got here. San Carlos, a Costa Rican side, versus NYCFC. The final result was 5-3. Eber was able to get his hat trick here, scoring 2 quick goals in the first half, followed by a penalty kick. He got his hat trick in the first half of this game. It was 4-1 for the longest time. However, San Carlos was able to score 2 goals, I believe, in the span of 10 to 15 minutes and cut the game to 4-3. However, near the late stages of the game, Maxi Morales was in the box and he got fouled, so that was a penalty kick. And then they ended up putting that 5th goal on there. So 5 away goals for NYCFC. So how was NYCFC able to keep their superb attacking form in this game?
Well, in a word, continuity. I mean, even though you could tell physically that they were at a fitness level of a preseason stage, pretty much a 60-minute fitness level. Yeah, the continuity in the roster, especially in attack, shows that it pays dividends, as it does in all the leagues across all the world. They're just improving and ascending, at least chemistry-wise. You know, all this with a new coach, Ronnie Delia, trying to put forth his type of play, as opposed to last year. So yeah, it's a great sign to see that under Delia, they're not only they're not skipping a beat, but it looks like it's going to be a fun attacking time this year for NYCFC.
So with this being the goal fest that it was, I'm going to ask a question. Over under 6 goals. What do you think, Jose?
Well, I would say over 6 goals. I mean, I see a highly open game as well. You're going to have NYCFC playing in a home leg in their city rival home, so they're going to want to put up a show. So that leads me to my prediction. I said over 6 goals, so I predict a 4-3 for New York City FC.
The last and final series we're going to be talking about is Olimpia de Honduras and Seattle Sounders.
First leg ended up 2-2. Pretty impressive performance by Seattle, especially in the first half. Joao Paulo looks like a seamless fit, and he looks like a great pickup so far. And this is only off 1 game, but he combined with Roldan, was good tracking back, was good going forward. Ooh, and I can just only imagine what a partnership he's going to have in midfield with Lodedo and Svensson when he gets back into the team. Yeah. Also in the back, solid performance by Yeimar. So defensively, they looked, even though they leaked 2 goals in Honduras, to be expected against, you know, home opposition in Concacaf. You know, they're going to go for the goals. Usually Central American teams love to attack. So they went at it. They scored 2. Seattle scored 2.
For Olimpia to have any sort of chance of a realistic chance of going through, they would need to probably score at least 2 goals. Do you think they're capable of scoring 2 away goals in CenturyLink Field?
So are they capable? Of course, they are capable. However, to do so, they are going to have to open up a ton in attack. And you know what that means. That means spaces left uncovered in the back for Morris, for Rui Diaz, to get in there and cause havoc. So, again, they can. But if they score 2, I see Seattle scoring 3 or 4. My prediction for Seattle Sounders versus Olimpia at CenturyLink, I see a 3-1 result for Seattle.
So this was Set Pieces. I'm your boy David, along with my partner Jose. And tune in next time. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, as it helps us grow. Once again, this is your boy David signing off. Let's get it.